So it wants you to ground each head so you get a clean ignition signal, which makes sense. Ah! No! No! Right in the oil. Right in the oil. Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of power sports on YouTube. So I went ahead and dumped the oil. You guys have seen me spill oil on myself a dozen times now. So while we're waiting for the oil to drain out of the engine, and the less oil in there, the better when we pull the engine. So it's going to be dripping for a couple days probably, but we need to try and get the intake manifold out of the way somehow. Still haven't figured out how to do that without completely tearing it all down, and then we need to get the catch can out of the way. The air intake has to come off. So I guess the easiest thing to start with, and I'm just trying to do a light day today, like nothing crazy today. Just, you know, you work all week and then got to work on the weekend. That's no good. So I'd rather overwork myself during the week and then rest on the weekend. But this car's got to get, or this engine's got to get out. We got to get it off to get rebuilt, because every day that we wait is another day that it takes to get done, or worse, and they run out of, you know, supplies or time, or get overwhelmed. So it sucks cutting those. They're kind of running low on them, so that probably has to be disconnected from up here, and maybe can stay on the manifold. Okay. And then that, damn, I cut it from the wrong side. Okay, and then this can be taken off. I need to buy another pack of those. Okay, this can be removed. All right, trying to do the bare minimum to get this unbolted, like, you know, trying not to ruin all the hard work that I did. Now I am gonna have to replace the ignition harness on this side, maybe. It could be the coil pack, but I don't know. We'll find out. So what would be the easiest? I think disconnecting this would be the easiest way, because dealing with the bulkhead is a two-person job. But this side, I think disconnecting this on both of these is probably the best route to go. So let's get this catch can out of here. Whoa. Okay. And the catch can, I need to make a new bracket for it, or just hose clamp it, because this bracket's not really holding up. It's pretty junk. So all that's trash. And then we need to grab our Allen's, and I think it's a 2.5. Yep. So the catch can's gonna have to come out, and I'll have to find a way to get these rivets broken out. I think they're just aluminum, so I might be able to just cut them, maybe, unless the inside part's steel. I can't remember. But either way, the bracket they provided with this thing is junk, so we'll have to find a better way, because I'm sick of fighting it. Okay, Catch can go over here for now. I don't really have a good parts storage right now. Okay, I need to clean the garage up. And then these will just go back in the top. That way I know what size and depth screws to use if I make a new bracket, or I might just, again, hose clamp it. Be the simplest solution. Okay, so yeah, if I bend this up, it'll make it easy to drill out those rivets. Okay, do that another day. And it means I won't be able to, you know, get lazy and reuse the bracket because now I destroyed it. Okay. Now we can start on, maybe I should do the fuel lines first before I unbolt the manifold. These are a necessity, and they're cheap enough that you can't make any excuses for why you don't have them. I have a little bit of gas come out, but it'll be fine. Okay, not much. Most of it drained back into the tank. That's good. And then I'll come back once the gas evaporates, and I'll all this stupid fire suppression's gonna be in my way, isn't it? Fuck. We really didn't expect to have any motor problems. This Aeroquip line's a little harder to work with on this side. I might go ahead and replace this side with regular AN line, but I don't know. The Aeroquip's a lot safer, that's for sure. It's just, oh boy, that's a lot of gas. And it's, oh well. Okay, it's a lot of gas in there. All right, so gas lines are disconnected. Oh, we got to get the air filter off. That will be a 8mm. Wait. It's recording. I couldn't see the flashing light. I kind of got nervous there. I was like, oh boy. All right. So, I'll just go ahead and take it off here. I need to replace this filter too because it got crushed. Oh, that's loose. Oh, wow. And I bought spring-loaded filter clamps, but Adam said they were actually starting to cut into this cheap rubber. So that kind of sucks. So I'll just have to keep an eye on these in the future and make sure they don't loosen up until I can get a proper intake built once the restrictor plate. Oh yeah, he wasn't kidding. Whew. Okay. Now, are the rest of these tight? Because these I don't need to, nope, they're all loose. Damn. Okay. Just throw that there. Okay, so we've got, this needs to be fixed too. We fixed that on the road. I think now we can release the manifold. I don't believe anything. Oh, there's my extension. I was looking all over for that. Derp. It's like panicking because I was like, I really need that extension today. Also explains where my 10mm went. I am so smart. Super smart human. Okay, that's an 8mm. Alright, now I got a much better ratchet to work with. Alright, so we're gonna you don't want to just like release one all, you know, at one time, because you could warp it or crack it. So you want to get each one slightly undone, and then we can come back with the impact and just zip them out real quick. Maybe I'm gonna hold off on that, but so now we can okay. These are gonna have to, you can see I put a big ass washer on them because of how crappy the design is. So this is gonna be intake manifold, and this is step 4. It's gonna take forever. I need to spin them out quick. Where's my adapter? Oh yeah, it's just saved me like 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah, adding these larger washers was a good idea. It got a much better seat on the manifold for sure. Because the washers that came with it, if any came with it at all, were basically worthless. So that was nice. Just think they could have come up with a better design to secure that manifold down than cheap ass plastic standoffs that just aren't strong. I mean, I wish I could do a metal manifold, but I don't think they make any low profile ones in aluminum. I mean, that would be the way to go, but of course the plastic's more resistant to heat soaking, so it's a trade-off. Okay, so I was able to keep my wiring intact for now. I'm gonna see how that goes here in a sec. Might start trying to combine bags, like write whatever number 5, you know, because alright, so this should be ready to come off. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Oh wow, more gas. Let's let that drain. So here's the thing. So all of this electrical work took at least a full day. So if I want to save myself a full day, how can I remove this whole manifold intact and set it to the side? So if the wire harness wasn't connected, I could just like flip it over because the throttle cable is connected right there. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Oh boy, I might have to. Yeah, this isn't gonna be. I mean, this wire harness is very thick, so I think that's gonna kind of. Oh, there's grounds on the back here I need to take off. Man, I really don't want to take the wire harness off. I really don't. Doesn't look like I'm gonna have a choice. Like, it'd be funny if I could just like suspend the manifold from the ceiling or something dumb like that, where the manifold's just kind of hanging and then the engine, but the engine has to come up, so that won't work. I don't want to disconnect the throttle cable. That's not acceptable. So I think what we're gonna do is I need to go get one of those towels from. Great. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of. Oh, that's still connected down there. Need to undo that. Is there any possible way? I don't think there is. Which sucks. So then the next question is there any way to save time disconnecting all this crap? I mean, you'd almost think this would be flexible enough to like bring the whole manifold to here. But the throttle cable. And I need to get those grounds off the engine before, well, and then this stupid ass fire suppression thing is kind of in the way. We got the starter connector cable down there. I think the safe thing to do, unfortunately, is going to be to take this wire harness off the manifold. That sucks. It sucks. It may look easy to disconnect it. You know, which it is easy to disconnect it. I mean, pop, pop, pop. But getting everything reconnected, that takes time. So we gotta pull everything we can out of the way. We almost forgot that the first time too, so we almost forgot to connect this. That would have been a bad vacuum leak and bad on the fuel pressure side. So I'm gonna leave that wire there. Now, the next step is, I think I can just pull this through. Ah, shit, but the injectors are, and they're locked. Okay, I think it's safer to just do this. Are they labeled? They're not labeled? What? That's confusing. I probably should label those. I'm not sure how we must have looked up the wiring diagram for the colors. Okay, that's gonna suck. So, we're gonna need number 1, number 3, number 5, number 7, Number 2. Number 4. Number 6. Number 8. It almost makes me wonder if our injector, I mean, you'd think at I don't know, there's we still have no clue why the engine blew up, so maybe the injectors were connected wrong, or, I mean, we don't really even know at this point. This is Holley's harness. They had to have been labeled. And also, if we had fucked it up, then 2 of the cylinders would have been not firing. Right? Okay. So, I'll do number 1. And I guess I really didn't have to mark all of them. I could have just marked one side, but yeah, you know how that goes. If a label falls off, then you're screwed. Okay, number 3. Five. Seven. Okay, and then I think I also made a mistake that these might not come out of the hole. Okay, so that's out, and then this should come out, and these are already labeled. Okay, and then please let these come out. Okay, it's a pain in the butt, but it's out. Oh, I managed to mess up the, I need to fix that cheap harness. It's like last minute, like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Actually, it should be taped, not zip tied. I don't know why that's zip tied. Oh, there's the label right there. One. Yeah, see the labels back here? It's covered up. Anyway, okay. Okay. So that's, oh yeah, I gotta get that ground. So you can just kind of, pretty sketchy, but you can just kind of flop it over out of the way. It's not exactly the best strategy, but it works, and it should save us a little bit of time in putting everything back together. We got to get our oil pressure sending unit disconnected. What is the deal? Okay. So disconnect that. I think I'm gonna have to, that might work. I'm careful with it. Can't remember what type of connector it was. That type. Okay, got it. Okay, and then, yeah, we gotta get those grounds off. I think those are 17s. So this is gonna be the same story. I feel better that the Holley's original harness is labeled. I just think it's extremely frustrating that Holley sells injectors that don't have the same connector as their harness. It's just stupidity. Like, hey guys, let's sell a harness with totally different injector connectors, and then they have to buy adapter harnesses. Fucking jackasses. Okay. Okay, and that should just save me from any trouble when we put it back together, hopefully. I need to do something different with this, but then it won't go through the hole, so. Might just wrap each wire individually, or are they, that would probably be smarter. Just tape the wire so that it's, I really don't like pulling on wires like this. It's not good for them. Okay. Okay. This harness here needs to be tested before we get too far. So I'm going to disconnect it, and then we need to test pink, blue, brown, and black for, you know, a bad harness. ICT is supposed to be a good company, but you never know these days. Okay, so there's a way, it should already be enabled. There should be like a, should beep if I touch them together. Fuck. Okay, so if we have continuity between these, then it'll beep. So pink is this one. Oh yeah, how am I supposed to test that? Shit. I can't even get a probe in there. How am I supposed to test that? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this another day then. It's on my to-do list, but I'll have to find a different way to test it, or find some really thin wire to shove in there at some other point in time. Okay, so we can reconnect that for now. And then pull that all out, and then literally just flop it over. Okay. Now, I have to be careful with this. We need to pull those grounds before I forget and rip them out. Don't think a 15 is right. Or is it? No? Maybe a 16? Do I even have one? I don't. Oh, 17. I really need to buy a 16 wrench. I keep needing one and then I don't have it. Yeah, it's not 17, but they're gonna have to make do, so. I might as well take out all the engine grounds before I forget, and then I'm screwed. Come on. Fire suppression's right in the way. Sucks. We should have been getting ready to race. Okay, we're gonna write engine grounds. Actually, it doesn't really matter which step we go on those. I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, and then so it wants you to ground each head so you get a clean ignition signal, which makes sense. Ah! No, no, right in the oil, right in the oil. It's gonna be tough, especially because it's not even the right freaking size wrench. Man, that is in there good. I don't even know how I got my hands in there to do that. Yeah, I don't... How did I even get in there and tighten that to begin with? You almost have to do it when the engine's being slid back into place. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to remember in 6 months when we got... I don't want to bend that throttle cable. Fuck. Yeah, how are you supposed to... Come on. It was just loose. That's why I need to replace my 16 that went missing, because I could just ratchet it out. Okay, it's gotta be finger tight now. Come on. Wow, what is the deal? It just doesn't want to come out. It's a huge pain. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. Oh, nope, it got stuck again. There must be some dirt in the threads or something. Come on, out of there. Bastard. Wait. I'm so dumb. I am so stupid. I can move this out of the way and then take the grab. Duh. Okay, I gotta go get a towel real quick. Okay, so I think last time it actually took 2 people to kind of get this lifted up and off, but there's not 2 people here today. So, yeah, this is not gonna be fun. It's a lot heavier than it looks too, especially with that giant throttle body hanging off the end. And you don't want to like scratch something or drop shit down your... Yeah, this is gonna be very sketchy. Like, uh-oh. Oh, huh. Yeah, that would maybe prevent me from... Forgot I used the holes in the back to zip tie the harness. Very, very convenient holes back there for securing stuff. You gotta be careful you don't like clip your harness when you're doing all this. But, okay. So I think that'll, yep, see everything kind of came loose now. Okay. I want to get those old zip ties out of the way. Got it. Okay. So now all that's just kind of falling. Of course, that's all going to be in the way of unbolting the engine. Okay. Now we should be able to hopefully lift this off without me falling backwards off the car. Again, it's way heavier than it looks. Oh yeah, that's not good for it. I don't really remember how the fuck that's heavy. That's really heavy. I don't really remember how I did this last time. I think I just legit just went like this. Whew. Okay. Now it's hanging out on my wiper blade, but doesn't look like I pinched or bent anything, so just kind of move that to where I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, that's really not good on the wipers. How... I don't really like it sitting with its weight on that, but I don't think I'm gonna have a choice. I just have to make sure not to like jerk it or, you know, do anything like that. So is that protected? The windshield's protected. Okay. So, whew, that was stressful. So now we should be able to get to that problem child. Yep. Okay. And then, even though the engine's going to get disassembled, I still need to tape up and cover these ports. Okay. And I might as well finish off disconnecting the steam port. Probably need to replace it with something different since we're having problems. So the engine grounds, okay, we're gonna do it this way. So the steam port, all right, so how do we wanna do this? Cause, okay, so the intake manifold's gonna be 4, the engine ground's gonna be 5, steam ports 6. And we're going to do oil pressure sensor. So the oil pressure sensor right now and the steam ports and the engine grounds are all exposed to where we can work on them without problems. So now is the time to disconnect them while we're easily accessible. And then when you put the engine back together, ideally you would hopefully remember that you need to put them back together before you, like for example, the rear steam port is completely inaccessible once the manifold goes on. So you want to get that one installed. So the style of manifold that I have right now doesn't allow you to connect front to back, which is kind of shitty. It's also not really the greatest. I need to find out if there's a way to run a line all the way around, or if you can hide a line right here in this little crevice, but I don't think the manifold, no. I don't know. I need to figure that out, because I mean, this is like a replica of an OEM manifold, and I can't imagine that they wouldn't have all 4 steam ports connected on the OEM vehicle. So that's kind of confusing. And I probably will have to upgrade the steam port to have a little port here, and the port I think would just go right to here. I'm not 100% on how that works. That way you can release pressure, air pressure all the time. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not. There's a lot of things that we need to investigate and upgrade to prevent another catastrophe. Those O-rings are in good shape, so I can keep those. And I also, these here go to the oil adapter block down there that goes to the oil cooler. I'm leaving these off to the side for now, because that's something that you can connect before the headers, but they need to be replaced and investigated if they're slightly leaking or not. Because we had thought at first they were leaking, and then we tightened them and it seemed to go away. And then now there's oil everywhere, but it's coming from who knows bell housing. You know, we just have to be careful. Like, that O-ring is probably trash. Yeah, it melted. Damn. I think I have 2 more extras. Well, I don't know where I put them though. Oh no, I might have to keep this O-ring. Or maybe try and source some from McMaster or whatever. That sucks. Okay. We did get the engine pretty hot, so oh yeah, that O-ring's trash too. Great. The front O-rings are in better shape because they're brand new, whereas these are a couple years old because they've just been sitting. Yeah. All right. Cover it up. Surprised it's even sticking. spoke too soon. And really, it's just not a big deal since the engine's getting taken apart anyway. I'm just trying to be proactive here. Okay, so we've got that covered up. We got 3 more grounds to disconnect. And then I think that's the end of today. I want to say these are all 15s. Need to stop putting tools in my fenders. That's gonna come back to bite me one of these days when they go inside the engine. Okay. Alright, put the 17 back, and I need a ratcheting 15. Ooh, that had a lock washer on it, okay. Okay, that ground's off. I mean, it'd be really disappointing to find out we had an ignition problem after all the trouble we went to making sure it had good grounds and brand new wire harness, and oh man, could potentially be a bad coil. I mean, the engine sounded fine though. That's what's so frustrating, is how could it sound so good and run so good, and then you have a dead cylinder, which means that it could have ran and it could have sounded even better and ran even better, you know, like how much power was I missing? It sucks. It just sucks. Okay, and then that little one looks like a 12. Or a 10 maybe, actually. Yeah, those are all 10s, that's right. Yeah, that's right, I still have to unbolt all the accessory drives, and I don't feel up to that today. I do need to get that oil pressure sensor out before I forget. Come on. Well, actually, I don't want to put this in the bag with the engine grounds, because then it won't be in the bag with the accessory drives. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay. Now that's a pain in the butt. It's actually a socket size. I just can't remember. I want to say it's a 27. Yeah, it's a 27, which you can't get the 27 socket on it when the manifold's on. Oh boy, I put that in there pretty tight. I mean, it is a lot of oil pressure. Make sure the crush gasket's still good. I wonder if I need to replace that crush gasket or not. Well, it's captured, so I can't. Just need to be careful, maybe. I don't know. Okay. So, that was actually easy with the manifold off. You really don't want to do that with the manifold on. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. So I'm going to actually kind of protect this sensor. Try and prevent any shit from getting in either end of it. Then I'm going to label it, even though I should be pretty obvious what it is. Oil pressure. Oh, RP. P. Nope. Okay. PR. Pressure. Oil pressure. Man, I'm losing it. Okay. And again, just not because it's not like the engine's not getting rebuilt, but purely as a precautionary measure. Tape doesn't even want to stick, probably because it's covered in oil. I guess we probably should disconnect. Oh, I need to download the tune before I pull the battery. I was going to say, all this wire harness is disconnected. We really shouldn't have the battery connected. I need to download the tune. I'm not going to do that on camera, but... okay. Where's the... What am I doing? All right. So thanks for watching, guys. I doubt anybody stuck around this long, but we will see you for the next video.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars, I wanna drive